Hey guys, it's 6A1 Shadow. Welcome to my review for Bungou Stray Dogs episode 18. This episode really just once again is bringing back bringing the hype that the last episode left off on, because we do have two more really awesome fight scenes in this episode, which I'll go into in just a second. But first, I want to say that if you have not seen the episode, which you definitely should, the link to see it on Kiss Anime free of charge will be in the description below. Definitely go check it out. It's a really good episode, and you'll definitely see why. But first off in the episode, there's a lot of the Port Mafia is really trying to. We find out their main goal is that they want to have the detective agency and the guild sort of cancel each other out, so that they're the only organization left standing. So they start plotting a bunch of stuff, and we see their plots in throughout this episode, plus with all the fight scenes. So the first big fight scene, well, actually no, they're actually leading up to that first big fight scene. Um, the guild, their place of operations, because since they're from North America, they don't actually have a base in Yokohama. So they're on this boat called the Zelda, and basically the port mafia is trying to trying to blow up the boat, and or they sink the boat. So they try to do that by using the bomber guy from, I believe it was episode 8 of Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't remember correctly if it was episode 8, but it was that one guy who was bombing the train when Yosano and Atsushi were out together. So there are two guild operatives on there, which were Margaret, whose ability is titled Gone with the Wind, and Nathaniel, whose ability is titled The Scarlet Letter. So you have them, and there was a letter that was found in their cargo from the boss of the port mafia, Morio guy, who is saying the current three targets that the port mafia has on the guild, which is their ship, the Zelda, and then the life of Nathaniel, and then the life of Margaret. So then they actually succeeded. They succeeded with with sinking the ship because they actually rigged one of the cargoes that was coming on through a helicopter with all of the bombs from the bomb guy, and it turns out that his gift is that he takes no damage from these lemon-shaped bombs that he makes, it was really interesting. So he was just able to stand on the ship, and have no and there was absolutely no negative repercussions for him just watching this ship blow up, because he's not going to take any damage from them, which is good for the port mafia as they successfully go through one of their three objectives, and then to take on the other two objectives to kill Nathaniel and Margaret. Um, Mori is Mori does like an analogy thing where he's like playing chess, and he's like, I've placed my most eager, motivated piece, and of course it was a bit of symbolism, because he placed down a black piece, and knowing from the show, black is Akutagawa, like without a doubt, and you just see Akutagawa fighting Nathaniel, and it turns out that the gifts Rashomon and the Scarlet Letter are pretty much the same thing, just of course slight differences, like the Scarlet Letter can turn people's blood into its own power, and of course for Rashomon, Akutagawa can manipulate it to do whatever he wants to. And it was just a really awesome fight between Nathaniel and Akutagawa, and of course and like Margaret coming in every now and again with her Gone with the Wind ability, which basically makes which basically like makes your things crumble. So kind of like it kind of reminded me of, if you've seen Dragon Ball Z, Deborah's spit, how it just turns things to stone. It's kind of like that, um, except it's more like an ability, and there's no actual contact that needs to be made. But and the but then two parts of this fight really got me. The first being that Akutagawa, which, well, I don't know why I'm stuttering, but I did have a theory that I was planning on making a video on, I actually have two theories on this show. I'll probably make videos on them. I have a lot of videos I really need to make for this show because there's just so many things. But I'll just say it briefly. One of my theories is that I'm not sure if they explicitly said it. I'll have to like rewatch. I have to rewatch some episodes of season one, but I think Rashomon is actually killing Akutagawa, which is kind of morbid, but seeing as the way he coughs every time he uses it, and in this episode specifically, when he's about to use it at one point, he starts coughing up blood, which and that's what you see on the video. That's the picture I have for the thumbnail, and Akutagawa just like, starts coughing out blood, and then he says for Nathaniel to fight him as at his fullest, and then the other part that got me was that when the Scarlet Letter was gonna have a devastating blow on Akutagawa. Akutagawa remembered when Dazai in season one said, my new subordinate is much better than you," and then Akutagawa pulls out this awesome attack, Rashomon Jaws of Endless Gates, and that basically just finished off. Well, Margaret went to protect Nathaniel, but so basically, I'm pretty sure Margaret's dead. I'm not sure about Nathaniel, but I think he's pretty um, shaken up by that. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure Akutagawa won that fight, but we didn't really get an ending. Then the other really nice fight was because also another part of the Port Mafia's schemes, the second part of it to show the to show the Armed Detective Agency the trap that they lured the guild into. And they lured the same two guild members that we saw basically massacre the Port Mafia people, Koyo, and then Atsushi, Kenji, and Kunikida. Those two, it was John and then another guy, I forgot his name. But they're luring them in. Basically, the Port Mafia's plan is to lure them in, is to lure the guild to abduct Naomi and then another like secretary of the Armed Detective Agency because they're not in the church that everyone else is in. And the Port Mafia they sent Chuya to send this message, and I was actually really happy about that because we haven't seen much of Chuya outside of like the openings and then when he fought Dazai in episode I believe 9, something like that. It's around that time, like 8, 9, 10, those episodes when Dazai was in the was trapped in the Port Mafia when he got caught by them. So yeah, and there was a really cool fight scene between. It was a very short one because it was while the it was while the agency president was trying to make a decision on whether or not on excuse me on what Chuya had brought him, and so it was a really nice fight scene because we finally see Chuya's gift, which is the ability to manipulate gravity. We haven't got a name for it. Well, actually, we may have got a name for it when Dazai encountered him in season one. I'd have to rewatch it, but we see that he's able to manipulate gravity, which is very good. But then we end the episode with Kunikida and Tanizaki going to rescue Naomi and then the other worker before the guild gets there. So that was the end of that was the end of that episode. It was a really good episode. But that's going to be it for this review. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Remember to check out Bungou Stray Dogs on Kiss Anime down in the description below. It's definitely worth it to watch it. And I'll see you guys next time.